morning to you. So, the last time we were speaking about the ANC Caucus, Malusi Gigaba, the Deputy Minister of Finance, very opposed to any idea of a possible VBS bailout.
That's right. In fact, that issue is going to come before the Finance Portfolio Committee tomorrow with Advocate Terry Motau, the regulatory bodies, including auditing and chartered accountant bodies overseeing KPMG. I think probably the Finance Minister, Tito Mboweni, and others implicated allegedly in the VBS saga. They're all going to make a presentation, and I should think that Malusi Gigaba will be there before the Finance Portfolio Committee. So tomorrow is VBS Day. Today, however, is going to be President Day, and I mean President of the country, as Cyril Ramaphosa arrived at Parliament this morning, and he is going to address caucus here in Parliament for the first time as President of the country. And very unusually, we as the media, for I think possibly the first time, are going to be allowed to witness and record his opening statements.
Indeed, Annika, because the last president to address that ANC caucus was former President Jacob Zuma, and that caucus very divided, in fact, right down in half between, of course, President Jacob Zuma and those that were opposed to the idea of corruption and all the other issues that have plagued the governing party.
It's very interesting, especially going back to that, and it's good that you brought that up, because on that specific day, it was just before the motion of no confidence debate, or one of several, and the groups outside caucus were very clearly split. Now there is still the so-called group of 9 who are still very much pro-Zuma faction, or Nkosazana Dlamini faction, and they are known as the group of 9 in caucus. The rest of the caucus seems to have been persuaded to move more towards in favour of President Ramaphosa under the leadership of the ANC Chief Whip Jackson Mthembu. But the statement that we've been given today says the President is going to give political input from national officials arising from the special extended NEC meeting on Saturday, and he'll be accompanied by Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashula. And on the agenda on Saturday was, of course, unity and renewal, according to Pule Mabe, who sent out a statement. Parliament is a very tricky place for a president, because while secret meetings have been banned, and that was discussed heavily on the agenda on Saturday, Parliament is an unknown entity for presidents. You can meet in the corridor, you can meet down the road at the coffee shop that everybody congregates at most lunchtimes, and so it's very important for a president to have the support of the caucus in Parliament, and for him to be seen as concerned about them and addressing them on a regular basis. And this is the first time he's managed to do it since he became the president of the country.
It'll be interesting also, Annika, just wrapping up our discussion here, whether or not the name of Malusi Gigaba will come up at all, given that he has, if you read Busisiwe Mkhwebane's report, that he's violated the Executive Ethics Code, and that a particular arm of Parliament or a particular structure of Parliament is meant to hear that. That issue surely has got to come up for discussion alongside Batabile Dlamini as well, because just yesterday the DA went to address the media briefing saying that they were going to take the President to court to try and force him to take action against these two.
That's right. So Malusi Gigaba really should, as an MP, be at this ANC caucus. It's a special meeting of caucus, which means that everybody, all MPs should be present. I don't know if he will excuse himself, but I don't think that his issues, of which there are several, will necessarily come up in this caucus meeting. But I do think there's a possibility that he will have a meeting today with the President, as they will both be in Cape Town. Town. President Ramaphosa is answering questions in the National Assembly at 2 o'clock, and straight after that, Malusi Gigaba has to go to the Home Affairs Portfolio Committee to answer questions again. He was last there in May about the fire aviation case, because Nikki Oppenheimer said last week that he had perjured himself and he had lied to Parliament. And since then, of course, we've had Busisiwe Mkhwebane's report saying that he needs to be reported and dealt with by the Ethics Committee here in Parliament. The Speaker needs to report back to Mkhwebane in 30 days' time, and the President has to report back to her on disciplinary measures in 20 days' time. So imagine being here as Malusi Gigaba today amongst MPs, possibly for the first time that he hasn't seen in a while since the scandals broke, but also him saying on Twitter very confidently, "Thank you so much, everyone, for all the support and encouragement and for believing in me."
Yeah, it certainly looks to be an interesting day indeed. Annika Larsen, thank you very much.